9:02. Let's get back to our team coverage of how cold it is and the freezing cold temperatures really impacting the homeless. And in the South Bay, Santa Clara County is actually coincidentally counting the homeless on this very day. Let's go to KRON 4's Will Tran. He's been covering it live in San Jose all morning. Hi, Will.
One of the colder mornings in quite some time. Let me just echo what John Schrabel said. The sun makes a huge difference. Being out in the sun just gives you warmth. Being in the shade is cold, and we don't get to complain because we're only here for a short amount of time. But the homeless behind me at Guadalupe River Park, throughout San Jose, throughout the country and the world, well, they have to be through this all day, all night, and that is why Mayor Sam Liccardo extends his sympathies. He was out here early this morning before the sun even came up. It was just planned that it was for today. He went around with a homeless advocate group, PATH. They went around, they started counting the homeless. Anybody who was up at the time, they offered assistance, but they left them alone. Didn't just happen here. They were doing this count all through San Jose. They will come back. They will tally the numbers to see if it's more or less than what they saw 3 years ago, Daria, when it was sitting at around 10,000 homeless for Santa Clara County. He says a lot has been done. A lot more needs to be done. And here he is extending his sympathies to the homeless population.
We're out here for a few hours, but our residents are living here. And with inadequate shelter, obviously, sometimes in sleeping bags, sometimes not. It's a horrible existence, and we've got to do more to get more of our residents out of these tents, out of the creeks, and into housing.
So what he has done over the past several years, and he pointed to it during the pandemic, is that they started doing prefabricated communities that it costs about $100,000 per unit. Takes about a year to bring up or construct as opposed to years, and also at a cost of $800,000. So he says that has been done. A couple of units, a couple of complexes did go up. He would like to see more of that. This whole count, Daria, is to see what is working, what is not working, and what is working. Let's continue with that. What is not working, let's strategize and move forward. But again, this is something they do every several years. It just so happens to be done on a day like today when it's extremely cold. I promise you, you guys can talk about the cold all you want in the studio. Until you're out here and you get hit in the shade like we are now, you will certainly feel it. I'm going to go home, and I got a Snuggie with my name on it.
Well, I think you bring up a good point. It actually works out well that the workers can feel how cold it is because the homeless are in that every night, you know, so it kind of brings home the situation to them, and they can really feel for them.
Right, they've always had the sympathy, but it's even deeper sympathy today. So maybe it'll light something in them even more so to get things done maybe a little quicker because it's downright chilly. If I were outside right now, I would move myself if I were one of them into the sun.
Sure. All right, thanks a lot, Will. It's not